Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. Today's gonna just be a really quick reroll guide of sorts. I just want to mention right now is the best time we've ever had for rerolling. Not even close, like hands down best time. So if you want to get back into E7, feel free to use BlueStacks in the link below. Get this game downloaded and start re-rolling. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be relevant for, so keep that in mind. Don't angrily yell at me when it's not anymore. You have your warning. So let's get into it. So I just started this account. And one of the things people don't know is if you just sit here on a tutorial, you can just hit skip eventually. And that is super speedy. It shaves off seconds, and seconds are important. Another thing I want to mention before we get going is that there is a lot of ban waves going out right now, so be really careful with multi-instancing. Also, there's the ability to remove cutscenes if you know what you're doing. Be really careful with that too. Right now, I just wouldn't recommend anything like that just to be safe for your account. So when we log in, we have 7 days on these 5-star tickets, 2 5-star tickets and 2 5-star artifact tickets. Absolutely insane. They're extremely sorry. Best re-rolling we've ever had. And this is literally right when we log in. Like, do the tutorial, that's it. So let's take a look at our artifacts. First things first is I basically would never, ever re-roll for anything artifact-wise. We'll go through them a little bit maybe and talk about which ones I think are great. But in general, I would not consider anything for keeping my account. I love how it's always doubles. For artifacts, it would all be with the characters. So our characters we get are Crow. That's
my name is Crowright Royhill.
One of the top picks. I'm okay with that. And this is where we get Tamarin. Oh wow, I thought that was Tamarin. Crow Destina, that's an insane start.
But now I am the saint of light.
Absolutely insane start. So yeah, that's really cool. And then you can just re-roll from here. That's it. 5 minutes, you're done. Bam. But let's talk about specific units really quick here. You've heard me gush about all these units a billion times over, so I'm just going to be really quick with this and talk about them all really quickly, a couple seconds each. First off, most important ones in the game, you pretty much have to start with this one, I think, is Tamarin. Tamarin is absolutely bonkers, best PvE unit in the game, one of the best PvP units in the game if you also have Iseria. Absolutely insane. I would not re-roll for an account right now without Tamarin. She would definitely have to be one of my 2 5-star tickets for me to be able to keep the account. And just to be clear, you get 3 5-stars from this re-roll. You get 2 from the tickets, and then you get 1 from your selective summon if you're not super unlucky. So Tamarin is definitely one of those units. There's 3 or 4 others I would really consider top contenders. One of them is Vildred. Vildred is the best farmer in the game, the fastest farmer in the game, one of the best AoEers in the game, and he's really good for all sorts of PvE. He's also really good for cleave teams too, for guild wars and stuff like that. So if I had to choose 2 people, I would choose Vildred, Tamarin, just because they speed up so much. Everything in the game will be so much faster. Next up, we also have Iseria. Iseria is another really good combo with Tamarin because her skill 2 can reset Tamarin's skill 3 and allows Tamarin to use her skill 3 right at the start. So this is going to pretty much give you a Guild War offense and a Arena offense with Tamarin and Iseria together for the end of time, basically. They're so good together. That said, Iseria is not the greatest at autoing. She's not the greatest early game. She's just not stellar for a lot of the game, if that makes sense. She takes too much time with her animations. She's a very specialized unit, but what she does, nobody else in the game can do. So that's something you have to consider. I feel like if I was re-rolling for Tamarin at the start, I would not want to go without Iseria. Also to note, you cannot get Tamarin from your selective summons, but you can get Vildred and Iseria from your selective summons. Next up is Ken. Ken is for people who love the bruiser style person. He's really great for everything again. He's got everything. Like, he's got defense down, he's got everything, damage, decreased attack, he's got literally everything, stuns. So good of a unit. Great for Guild War offense, great for Guild War defense, great for everything like that. He's one of my other top picks if somebody like Ken is who you're interested in. Next up we have Crow, and Crow is great everywhere. He's a PvE specialist, believe it or not, because he's got like defense buff up, he's got Aureus, he's got Summon Siegfried, which is true damage, so you can use it against stuff like 2A 100. He's also fantastic for tanking something like Wyvern 11. And he's also a Guild Wars specialist. Guild War offense, you can't really beat him. He's one of the best baiters in the entire game. And there's also Guild War defense you can use him on. He's insane there too. You can usually pick somebody off with your Siegfried. Absolutely insane unit too. You cannot get your Crow from the selective summon, so keep that in mind going ahead. And honestly, I think those are the main ones I would keep. If those are like the top tier ones, that's absolutely what I would do. I'm talking really fast because I don't want another long video, so let's just go through them really quick here. If you're looking for a waifu too, it's fine. Pick who you like, and we'll go through like 10 seconds per character here. So Cecilia is fantastic, but she doesn't really excel at anything. She just kind of does a lot of things averagely, and unless she's super waifu for you, I would not pick her at all. IMO. Kisei is a fantastic Wyvern 11 farmer. So if you're looking for somebody to get into Wyvern 11 as fast as you can, I would definitely not fault you for picking up Kisei. She can also do insane damage and skill reset, something not a lot of other people can do. There's Charlotte here and Balin Cezanne. I'm going to lump together. They're both really subpar. One is really great for camping in Abyss, or in raids, which is Charlotte, but I don't think she's worth taking. I would definitely skip those two unless you have something special for them. There's also Yufine, and I would skip Yufine as well. She's a great single target damage dealer. She has silence as well, but just she doesn't do enough to really make her worthwhile. There's Ravi, who got a recent buff, and I really like Ravi, and I think she's in a great place, especially for stuff like Guild Wars. But again, I don't think she's somebody worth picking unless you're a big fan of Ravi. There's also Kayron, who I think I would skip, just because if you're going to pick somebody for Guild Wars in PvP, you're better off picking somebody like Crow or Ken, so keep that in mind too. But I wouldn't be terribly upset if I had Kayron. We also have Charles here. Charles is pretty much the same thing, but I think better in PvE, so he's somebody I would be okay taking alongside Tamarin. I think he's going to help you in all stages of the game. Again, if you really like husbandos, he's one of your guys. He's great for Guild Wars as well. There's also Cez, and I just would not even touch Cez when you have Vildred. He's okay to take, but just go with Vildred if you're going for that style of thing. And if you're going for some sort of PvP team, I would just pick Tamarin instead. There's also Haste, and I think Haste is in a really good spot too with his skill set, but not right now. So Haste is one of those risky ones where not many other people do what Haste does. But if you want to get Haste, then it's kind of hard to get him later. So he's definitely stylistically some people's favorite, so keep that in mind. There's also Tywin. I would not get Tywin whatsoever because you have Crow. You shouldn't ever pick Tywin over Crow. I think Tywin does just stuff a little worse than Crow a lot of times, and Crow does so many things better. And I know they're completely different units, but they both are Ice Knights, so keep that in mind. Lidica is bonkers early game, and I would not fault anybody for taking her. She's absolutely a hard carry for Abyss and for harder content in the game, and I think she's going to prove her worth further on into the game. So I would not ever fault anybody for picking Lidica, as she's one of the ones you're really interested in. There's also Araminta, Chloe, Tenebria, Basar, and I'm unfortunately going to lump all these four together, and Ludwig. These are all kind of subpar characters right now. I'm so sorry, Araminta. They don't really do anything extra special, and they don't really do anything that other people do much better. So these are ones I wouldn't take unless you're super a big fan of them, like I was with Araminta. Next up is Bellona, and Bellona is another one where she used to be one of the #1 units, and I don't think she is anymore. She's got AoE defense break and big chunking damage on her skill 1, but I feel like Vildred's just a better pick, so keep that in mind. But if you really like Bellona, I would not fault you for taking her. You can absolutely switch her and Vildred around. You'll be a little worse in a lot of places, but you'll be a little better in some places too. So that's somebody you can absolutely take if you want. Also Sigrid. Sigrid's kind of the same as Kisei, kind of a Wyvern 11 specialist, but Kisei's just better at it, I think, after her buff. And that's about it right now. There's not much else to say about Sigrid, but there's just better options. There's also Violet, and Violet and Charles are kind of the same sort of style. They're usable in Guild Wars. He's also really great for camping, and he's also super husbando, so he's great for a lot of things right now. and he's really great in the Abyss set, which is great. How many times did I just say great? And not many other people you really use the Abyss set 100% effectively like he does. So I wouldn't fault you for taking him, but again, I would way rather have any of the main people I listed earlier. There's Sirmia as well. Sorry, Athena, but I don't think she's up to par either. Just a huge single target damage dealer, and I would way rather have so many other units than her, especially when she doesn't single target damage Wyvern. And as for Luluka, I would just pass her for now. Again, not the greatest. Just not in a good spot right now. And I think that's everybody except for Destina. And Destina, I would honestly put at the top of this list if it wasn't for Tamarin. So because we have Tamarin, I don't think you really need Destina too much. But having both of them on their team will pretty much guarantee success in all sorts of PvE. So I wouldn't fault you for Destina either. And she's a really, really, really solid character in all stages of the game, both in Guild War, Guild War offense, Guild War defense, arena defense, PvE, Abyss. She's a great camper as well. All of those shenanigans. So yeah, those are all the 5-star characters. Honestly, take whatever 4-star character you get with the selective you want. So keep that in mind. Don't even focus on the 4 stars. Focus on your 3 5-stars, and whatever 4 stars you get are extra. As for artifacts, like honestly, I don't even think it's worth looking at artifacts. There's only a few I'm really, really, really happy getting. One of them is something like Idol's Cheer, Celestine, and Rod of Amaryllis. I think those are all kind of build enabling for Soul Weavers. There's not many others that really do that style of thing, that kind of enable somebody to do something they couldn't already do. So if you happen to get one of those, that's absolutely fantastic. But outside of that, it kind of depends on which 5 stars you get. So yeah, I hope I talked through that fast enough. I tried to cover every single character because I know people like different things. Too long, didn't watch, probably should have put this at the start. Get Tamarin. I would also get Vildred. I would also get Crow. I would also get Ken. Any of those combination of 4, as long as one of them is Tamarin, is going to be a-okay. And the rest is up to you. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below or send me a PM on Discord. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.